Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Let's do a little weekly recap video. It's been a long week. It's been a 7-day week. Started Saturday. Technically, it's Sunday morning. I delivered this morning. I was empty by like 2 o'clock on Sunday morning, so we're going to call it a Saturday to Saturday, basically. I've still got work to do on Sunday, so it didn't affect my Sunday. Just giving you a warning there. It was a full 7 days. Technically, it was about 7 days and 10 hours, but whatever. So did 3 loads this week, 3,478 miles. I know that sounds like a lot of miles, but it's a 7-day work week. It's like 500 miles a day. It's not really that big of a deal, honestly. You know, it's not like, you know, you're killing yourself. It's like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, basically. And, before I get started on it, I just want to say a couple things. Number one, the emergency waiver for food products, and paper products and emergency relief stuff to do with COVID has been extended. Livestock and livestock feeds included in that until December 31st. So you can check that out. I put a community post up about it. You can check that out. Go click that link. That'll take you over there. I would keep that link handy at all times in case, you know, a super trooper thinks he knows the law better than most. I would keep that reference very handy, directly from the FMCSA's website. Second thing I want to talk about is the Mud Flap app. There is a promo code in the description. Check out that promo code. Get yourself $10 worth of free fuel after the first fueling. It also gets me a $10 code, and it also puts you in my network. So every gallon you buy forever, eternity, I get 1 penny on it. It's not a lot. The main reason I'm promoting it is because that app will save you money if you buy your own fuel. They're up there. I mean, they find ways. It's a cost plus program. It really beats my fuel discount at a lot of places. You can put your own credit card, debit card in there, and you don't have to have their fuel card. You just use your card. They don't charge you to use it. There's no fees. It's a really nice app. Check it out. Customer service is second to none. I had a little issue where a person at a new fuel stop didn't know how to use the app. They were new to the stop. The stop was new. Mud Flap was new. I called Mud Flap, said that person at the fuel station doesn't know what to do. And this was like 11:30 at night. And I called Mud Flap. Mud Flap called the station, talked to the attendant through the process, and I got my fuel. So check out Mud Flap. I appreciate it. And so do that for me if you could. While I got you here, go ahead, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the like button, do all that fun stuff. So now that we got all that taken care of, let's get down to business. 3 loads this week. The first load, Minnesota to New Jersey, good load. Second load, New Jersey down to Florida, and then dead-headed out of Florida up to Georgia. Got this load that I just delivered here in Wisconsin. So that's pretty much my week. Minnesota to New Jersey, New Jersey to Florida, Florida to Wisconsin. Pretty good week. 3,500 miles, like I said. Not that big a deal. It's like 500 miles a day. Real quick, and then we'll go over, you know, the big picture. First load was 70-mile deadhead, 1,218 loaded miles on that, 30,000 pound load, 32-degree continuous run. That load paid $5,450. That's $419 a mile. That is awesome. If I could do more of those, I'd be a real happy man. That is $335 a mile to the carrier, to the truck, excuse me, $419 to the carrier, $335 to the truck. $4,360 to the truck on that one load. It was one pick. It was 5 drops in North Jersey. Nobody wanted to do that, so the price just kept going up. I refused it, and then they called me back. They called me when I was like half asleep and was like, hey, you want to go to Jersey? And I basically laughed at them. And then they called back and was like, hey, they're willing to pay, you know, $54.50. And I was like, hell, I guess we're going to Jersey, you know? I mean, I ain't afraid of it. I don't care. Like I said, 5 deliveries all in the North Jersey area. Love it. Got me some nice pictures. I'll put a picture up here. Got some nice pictures. Check those out. And enjoyed my time in Jersey as much as possible. The next one was, I drove about 130 mile deadhead on this one, 129 mile deadhead. Down Jersey, went south to South Jersey, picked up a load of citrus going to Florida. Yeah, not everybody takes citrus to Florida. It kind of seems counterproductive. I understand. I don't care. It paid all right, so I took it. That load, 129 miles of deadhead, 878 loaded miles on that one, 42,000 pounds, 38 degree continuous. I run all my citrus continuous. Just how I live. $1,650 on that one. $263 a mile to the carrier, $21.20 to the truck, which makes it $210 a mile, all miles. Not bad. You know, that load was heavy, but it still paid okay. Last load was dog crap. I admit it. I'm not happy about it, but hey, I'll explain it here and maybe make it like, I'll justify it to myself. Maybe not to you, but to me. So the last load was coming nothing out of Florida. Florida was like $1. I mean, 95 cents a mile, you know, like nothing. So we come up to Georgia. And if I'm going to run dog crap, I want it to be a quick, light load just to get me out of there. So I found one coming out of Georgia up here to Wisconsin. It weighed 11,000 pounds. It was 70 degrees start and stop. So basically no reefer use on that one. 265 miles of deadhead. 906 miles loaded for a total of 1171 on the miles. Here's the part that hurts. $1,500 for that. Ouch. That's $1.28 to the carrier. That's $1.02 to me. We're basically, I mean, we're making a little money on that, but not a whole lot. The good news about it is it picked up on Friday afternoon and it delivered Saturday night, Sunday morning. So I literally just spent like a little over 1 day on it. So I ran that 906 miles, you know, pretty quick. But that's what was up with that one. I wasn't real happy with that, but I knew, you know, I got a decent rate going into Florida. And basically, I was like, I just got to get out of there. And it was a nice light load. And it didn't take up a lot of time. So that's how I justify that. You know, that's how I do it. So let's go over some numbers now of everything. That load to Jersey, I dodged a lot of tolls. I'm dodging the Indiana toll road here lately. You know, I keep my money going around. It takes me probably an extra 30 to 45 minutes. It's $58 to go across that joker. There's no way I'm adding $58 worth of fuel to go around it. And, you know, it's like, say I spent an extra $10 on fuel. I'm still plus like $45, $48. You know, I ain't doing it. Did pay some tolls over in Jersey though. That's where the majority of these tolls that I paid on this first load are Illinois tolls and Ohio, and then some Jersey. I paid $110 in tolls on that run. But overall, that was a good run. That was a good run. 32 degrees start and stop. It was nice and cool out. I was getting great fuel mileage on that. Fuel mileage for the week, I'm averaging like 8.1 right now. Going to Florida, man, it was 98% humidity in Florida that first morning I woke up in Florida. So I idled quite a bit down there. It was kind of hot and humid over in Jersey during the day, so I idled during the day. So 8.1, a little bit of idling. That load down was horrible fuel mileage on that, 42,000 pounds. That was start and stop. Man, I hit like the tail end of Philadelphia traffic, and then I went into Baltimore afternoon traffic, and then it started raining, and I got into Washington afternoon traffic. Absolute misery on that. Like, that was 5 or 6 hours of stop and go traffic. I don't see how you guys do it all the time. Like, I don't run 95 a lot, and it's kind of like the Indiana toll road. Every now and again I forget it, and then I try it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I don't do this. So that brought the fuel economy down, because that first load to Jersey, from Illinois over to Jersey, I was at like 9 miles a gallon. I mean, absolutely killing it. I think at one point I was like 9.2 for like a couple hundred miles. Then, you know, the load down to Florida hurt it because all the stop and go, it was a heavy load, and then the idling. This load, I've made a little bit of it up. I mean, I went from like 9.2 down to like 7.7 after that load. So this load's kind of slowly brought it back up, but I did run this load faster than I normally run. My normal speed, like I say, 62, 63. This one I ran more like 68 to 70. Same way with the load down to Florida. Once I got out of all the stop and go traffic, I had to make up some time. So basically from Richmond, Virginia down to Jacksonville, I ran 70 mile an hour. But it's pretty flat. You know, it's not too bad running 70 down through there. But 8.1 for the week is where I'm at right now on the dash. So that's what that is. So total miles for the week, 3478 for the week. 464 of that is deadhead miles. That is 13% deadhead. For 464 deadhead, 3,014 loaded miles this week. $9,600 total revenue. Great revenue week. That's my second best revenue week ever. I had a load lined up that would have made it my best revenue week ever, but the broker backed out on me. It was a load out of, it was after the Florida load. I was going to come back up to South Carolina and get a load out of South Carolina coming back to Wisconsin. But didn't happen. You know, not too mad about it. I mean, still an awesome week. That is $276 a mile to the, that's $276 a mile to the truck. Excuse me. God, let me go to sleep and wake up and try this again. $9,600. That is $276 a mile to the carrier. That is $7,680 to the truck. That is $220 a mile to the truck. So really good revenue, especially with 13% deadhead. You know, if you take out the deadhead, that's well into $3. Well, not well into it. That's probably like $3.10 a mile loaded miles this week. But yeah, $276 to the carrier a mile, $220 a mile to me, to the truck. So let's go over some expenses. Spent $935 in diesel. I'm probably about where I started the week. I don't really remember where I started the week, but $935 on diesel. I kind of piecemealed the whole week because, you know, going down the East Coast, to me, there's no like real great fuel opportunities. So I bought like, you know, 100 gallons in North Carolina. Coming out of Florida, I bought 50 gallons. Where I picked up in Georgia, it was better just to cut and go up through Alabama. So I bought 50 gallons in Alabama. Then I stopped again yesterday and bought another 100 gallons in Illinois. So kind of piecemealed the week on fuel. Just never got across or never got by a station that I thought was a really good deal. So $9.35 on diesel. Diesel price, that's probably a little higher. My average diesel price for the week's probably higher than what, it's what I would normally pay, but, you know, still not bad to run 3,500 miles and be under $1,000 in fuel. Really good, I think. You know, as far as like numbers I've did in the past, that was kind of my, you know, my break even was, or my, you know, mindset was always, you know, when you get to like 2,500 to 3,000 miles, you're over $1,000 in fuel. Fuel cost is currently running me like 27 cents a mile, somewhere in that ballpark. So $137 in reefer fuel. That reefer fuel is full as it can be right now. And my next load's a dry load, so I'll carry that fuel with me. $24 in DEF. That's a pretty average week of DEF. $12 I scaled the heavy load, the one load down from Jersey to Florida, and I spent $175 on tolls this week. Another big week of tolls. It just is what it is. You know, when you're running across the top of Indiana, which I've been dodging, but you know, when you're running across the top, you know, 80 down the toll roads, then you get to Jersey, you know, and you're up and down. You know, I do try to dodge the Jersey Turnpike as much as possible, but you know, sometimes it's just better to run it. So $175 in tolls. If you come over and you take the $7,680 to the truck, and you subtract the $1,283 in variable cost, that leaves me $6,397 to do what I got to do with. Very good week, in my opinion. $6,397. I enjoy it. I'm going to try to rinse and repeat next week. I'm going to take off next weekend. I got a birthday I got to be home for. But yeah, food loads are, emergency food loads are exempt to the end of the year. So it looks like I got me about 3.5 months of getting it done ahead of me. So that's good. I'm glad they went ahead and did that. I was kind of indifferent on it. I was like, well, if they don't do it, if they don't extend it and they go back to having hours of service, rates are going to continue to climb because, you're going to be constraining the market a little bit. I don't know how much this is really affecting the reefer market, to be honest with you, because I know a lot of the big mega carriers are not running, they're not letting their drivers do exempt, they're still logging everything. So I don't know how much it's really affecting the rates, but I do like it. It's really convenient to me to run those loads because you can take your little 8-hour break, your little 30-minute break every 8 hours and shove it where the sun don't shine. And I love that. But other than that, I'm not even running over my hours. I'm just running when I feel like running. If I want to stop and take a 2-hour afternoon nap, I stop and take a 2-hour afternoon nap. I ain't even playing with it. You know what I'm saying? I get up and I run when I want to. So that's been the week, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you stuck with me this far, gold star. We're back to gold stars. Thanks for that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. I love comments. I always forget to say that these days. I do appreciate all the comments. If you've got questions for me, the comment section is a great place to ask a question because there's a lot of knowledgeable people that come watch my videos. The little community I'm putting together here, I'm very proud of. And got some really smart, helpful people here that are helping me out. And I do appreciate that. Leave your questions down there. We'll try to get them answered for you as best we can. And until next time, guys, take care of each other out there. Later.